Welcome to Beautify You. I'm Nikki. Today I'm going to talk to you about communicating in relationships. And a lot of what I have to say can be applied to your friends, coworkers, roommates, etc. But I will be speaking specifically in regard to dating relationships. Now, great place to start is to remember that communicating is not about confronting someone. It's about having a casual conversation with them so that they understand where you're coming from and you understand where they're coming from. Now, it's also important to remember that communicating isn't always about getting what you want. It's not about ordering someone around and saying, I want this or I want that. Instead, it's simply about explaining what's important to you and for them to explain what's important to them. This way you can both genuinely listen to the other and then follow through on what is important to the other person. Now, the less accusatory you can be, the better, which is sometimes easier said than done. But the less often you can say, well, you always do this or you never do that, the less often the better. If you are more accusatory, then the other person is simply going to be more defensive. They're going to want to listen to you less, they're going to shut down, and they're not going to follow through on what's important to you. Also, something very important to remember is that men and women communicate very differently. Most of us are not psychic, so this is why it's important for us to tell the other person what is important to us. Because if we don't tell them, then how are they supposed to know? It's also key to have a conversation about a smaller issue before it develops into a larger issue. Once it's a large issue, then it's especially vital to have a conversation, but usually then it's much more difficult to. So have a conversation explaining what's important to both of you, that way you can understand the other person while it's still a small issue before it becomes a larger one. I hope you've liked the tips and advice. I hope you find it useful. Please subscribe. Also click the little like button in the lower left-hand corner of your screen if you like the video. Please give me your ideas and comments. I love hearing your feedback. And you can follow me on Twitter now at beautify_always. Remember, we do this because you're beautiful, strong, intelligent, and you deserve to communicate well. Have a good day. I'll see you next time.